surfing Facebook the other day, going through some of my friends from racing, and I stumbled on the page of our friend Demetrios Drellos. Of course, we know him from modified racing. Last year, he finished fourth in the points at Fonda despite missing a couple of races. Seventh in points at Malta. Didn't follow the Super Dirt Car Series, but did pick up 5 wins total on the year. And he also picked up a big win at the Super Nationals down at Afton. You know, they run that opposite of Super Dirt Week. He'd never been to the place and ended up getting a win. But what I saw on his page was a late model. So let's find out what's going on with Demetrios Drellos. He's going to be one of several modified guys who will be doing some stuff on late models. Head out to Queensbury, New York, 26 years old. Not quite on the downslope yet, but Demetrios, how we doing, man?
Oh, we're doing good, Doug. Just a wonderful afternoon here in upstate New York. It's like 40 degrees out. So it's like summertime.
I know. I'm okay with all this, too. I haven't had my snowblower out once, and it's fine by me. So let's jump right in the late model. When did we get this? You told me you've actually had it on the track.
Well, we've had it on the track in December, mid-December. We went down to Volusia. And the reason why we keep going to Volusia, and we went to Volusia this off-season, is because, honestly, if we're familiar with something, there's no sense getting in a car at a track you're not familiar with and in an unfamiliar car. So, just, you know what, at least take one of the variables out so you at least can be halfway comfortable, you know? So that's why we did that. And plus, it's wintertime. There ain't much racing going on. So.
Okay. Well, where did the interest come from in the first place for a late model?
Well, I think if you ask any person under the age of probably 35 and say, what do you want to race? I don't care if they race a midget, late model, or midget or modified, sprint car. It don't really matter. I think they're all be mildly interested in racing a late model. It's just the hottest trend in the country, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and let's be honest, it's a little bit safer than a sprint car because they kind of scare me a little bit at times.
I wouldn't get. I'm not getting in the sprint car. I don't care if it's 305. Well, you know what? If the right opportunity came, I'd probably do a 360.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never say never, but I definitely can tell you this: they're not my forte. I don't feel comfortable sitting in them. I never have, but I don't feel like I would, and they're not my type of racing. I don't really even enjoy watching them. Nothing against sprint cars, to each their own, you know?
I just hate it when they start flipping. That's the part I don't like. And have you ever sat in one, Demetrios?
No, I haven't, but you know what? It's just, I'll just leave it as not my thing.
Yeah, I've had a friend of mine try one for the first time, and he looked where his left elbow was, and he was kind of like, shouldn't there be something here? I'm a little too wide open in this thing. So, but I got a lot of respect for sprint cars. The guys that drive them, I think
those guys are just professionals at what they do, and they got some big balls and do what they got to do. But I just don't. You know what? Not my deal, and it's just not my type of racing. I'm not even a full fender guy at this point. I just feel like late models. You know what? The car intrigues me.
Mm-hmm.
That's 95% of it. I feel like, when the sanctioning body lets the people that own the race cars do whatever they have to do to make the fastest race car go around the racetrack, that's what happened to a late model, and that's what's still happening.
Okay.
And so engineering and all this cool stuff has happened, and the cars just are full of technology, and no one's out there squishing you down on what you can and can't do. I mean, the rules have caught up a little bit, but now there's so many options and variables you can go and do that it's just a cool race car. It's turned out to be a really neat thing.
And the way the crates are, they run those all over the country, and the rules are pretty much the same everywhere, aren't they?
Well, that's the nice part. I mean, generally speaking, the ones here in the Northeast, the Rush Series, they're a little bit different than everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to do some crate racing USA ones down in Florida in January, and they're lined up with everyone else. It's and the thing is, the cool part about the crate stuff is the 604 class. You can take your crate motor out, put a super motor in, and as long as you have a fire system,
mm-hmm. Yep.
It's pretty much the rules are almost identical. So, besides the tires, and they're going to start leveling that out again. So, to me, it's a neat deal. What you can and can't do, and they're just a cool car. There's just so much to them, and they really are just intriguing to me.
So what do you think you're doing? I mean, they said you ran close to 60 mod races. Are we going to cut back on the mods to do this late model stuff, or what do you think how are you going to balance this?
I don't know how much we're going to cut back. We might cut back a little bit, but we really stayed, as far as we went west all summer, was Utica Rome. And I think I went to Middletown once. So all my races became between Fonda, Malta, and, a little bit in Vermont, and that's it. We didn't really we really didn't go very far. I went to Port Royal and I went to Charlotte. So there's that. Those two oddballs I went to. But I think we're going to go to do the Battle at the Bay for the Rush Late Model Series. And that's in early April before the mod stuff starts. And that's down in like Delaware and Virginia and Potomac, Maryland. So I think we'll do that. And that's just short term. I think, there's Erie's out in PA. Yep. They run on Sundays. So I know it makes for a crappy Monday. So I can show up there and maybe go race.
Yeah, you get home about 3 in the morning or something, won't you? Maybe even later.
Yeah, probably a lot later than that.
That's a haul for you, yeah.
It's about a 7-hour drive. But you know what? Wow. To be honest, you're only gonna live life once. So go and do it and do what you got to do.
Yeah, and you're still on the front nine, like we talked about earlier. So why not? So
we're gonna do what we can, race what we can, have fun what we can, and the 604 stuff it's truly, Doug. It's just a stepping stone. I mean, not saying we're going to do anything where we're going to go full-on super late model racing.
But you'd like to.
Travel the country. Well, I wouldn't like to go and become a old outlaw driver or run for Lucas, but that's very far out of the question, with finances, corporate sponsors, you got to live on the road. You got to be set up for that, have a team. But, maybe just some super stuff, ULMS, just some local super stuff. In PA. I mean, local, Pennsylvania, Delaware.
Yeah, but then when that series does come, you could run against those guys once and see how you do. And I think that's a big appeal, right? I mean, everybody wants to get out of their head and try something that I really want to be at the best competition there is.
Well, you got to get your feet under yourself. So that's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, you can't just think, I'm going to go super late model racing. I got a late model. I've never even looked underneath it. I'm a virgin to the damn thing. So, trying to figure out what we're doing with it and figuring it out. The thing is, the truth of the matter is, the coil stuff on the mod has helped a very little bit, to the late model stuff. In some ways, the late model, in the early steps of the late model is actually a little bit simpler than the mods. Because the thing is, when we all switched over to coils with the modified, we didn't have a set book to go by.
True.
It was new. There was no, hey, let's do this, this, and this. It was very, very vague on what to do. With the late model, Rocket gives you a book, and you talk to your dealer, and you pretty much set the whole thing up via cell phone and on the Spring Smasher, and you bolt the stuff on the car, and you drive away.
That's it.
That's it. There's no scales. There's no doing this, no doing that. It's a quick and easy, it's a lot easier. So.
Well, some of the guys have told me too, because I remember I used to work for a late model series years ago, and the guys always said how you had to beat it up and you really had to use the throttle to turn it. You didn't drive it like a modified back 10 years ago. You didn't just get off the gas, float it in. You had to beat it up. Doesn't the fact that we run the coils and the mods now help you adjust to a late model maybe a little quicker?
A little bit. We understand, like the modified, let's face it, they're a very, 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 very watered-down distant cousin of what the late model stuff is. But the thing is, I guess in the same token, that they're both left side. One's a J bar, one's a 800 bar. They both got 4 coils on it.
Mm-hmm.
You're both trying to accomplish the same damn thing. You really, just one you sit on the left, and and someone actually said, hey, you know what? Maybe it's not smart to put all the weight over the rear of the car. Because you need the front end to steer.
True.
So, the race car is just designed a little bit better. So, in the end of it, they're different, a lot different. But the driving style, to me, is you have to be a little more ginger with the modified.
Gotcha.
The late model, you can't be ginger with. You really got to manhandle the shit out of it.
Not much time left, believe it or not. The 10 minutes has gone by very fast, under a minute now. He's going to get started, by the way, nice and early. Sunshine Nationals, January 18th through the 21st at Volusia. Then he'll go back with his modified, February 15th through 18th. So, Demetrios, I really appreciate all your time on this, and I can't wait to see how this is going. So make sure you keep in touch with me over the summer, and I'll get with you after your January show and see how it goes. Okay, man?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Doug. I appreciate the time.
Really good job, man. Again, only a few seconds left. Make sure to subscribe, hit the blue E down there, turn on all your notifications, make sure to comment, share, all that good stuff, hit the likes. And again, it's going to be an interesting season. We'll see how Demetrios Drellos does with a new type of race car underneath him.